let's take a look at this question. Which of the following sample planning factors would influence the sample size for a substantive test of detail for a specific amount? Well, we already know from the prior question that tolerable misstatement will influence the sample size. If the tolerable misstatement is low, if this number is low, remember the sample size has to be larger. So the expected misstatement, but not the measure of tolerable misstatement. I already told you, we already know that the tolerable misstatement influenced the sample size. A is out. The expected amount of misstatement and the measure of tolerable misstatement. So we already know at least this part of it will influence the sample size. Would the expected amount of misstatement also influence the sample size? And the answer is yes. Generally speaking, if you expect more misstatement, you're going to increase your sample size because you want to be conservative. You want to be conservative. If you expect misstatement, you want to do more work. You want to do more work just to make sure what you are doing is correct, because there's more misstatement. So if this goes up, also N, generally speaking, will go up, because the risk is what you want to do. You want to minimize the risk of rejecting the book value when the book value is not materially misstated. Okay, so you want to do more work, more N. More work means more N, and hopefully by doing more work, you have more assurance not to reject. And that's why when the expected misstatement is high, generally speaking, you will increase N. Okay, now if the expected misstatement, I'm going to put EM, if the expected misstatement is greater, if you're expecting to find greater than tolerable misstatement, what do you do then? Well, no sampling. Why would you do sampling then? If you are expecting to find a misstatement of $50,000 for an account and you can only tolerate 20, well, if this is the expected and this is how much you can tolerate, well, don't sample, because you're going to reject it. So it's no use for that. Therefore, both of these will influence the sampling. But let's take a look at C and D. Measure of the tolerable misstatement, but not the expected. We said both. Neither the expected nor the measure of tolerable misstatement, not at all. Now, if you go to farhatlectures.com, obviously I will have exercises and a little bit more details about this topic. But you need to know that two factors will influence the sampling size: expected misstatement, tolerable misstatement. Make sure you know the relationship between each one of them to N, to the sample size, and how do they relate to each other.
Want to see more CPA exam multiple choice questions solved step by step? At farhatlectures.com, you will get hundreds of video solved MCQs step by step, including previously released AI CPA questions, previously released AI CPA simulation, in-depth lectures and resources to prepare for the CPA exam, AI tools that's going to help you study smarter, not harder, CPA exam podcast lessons where you can learn on the go. And also you will get the personal guidance of support of Farhat and his team. If you are serious about passing the CPA exam, this is your next step. Visit the website farhatlectures.com, start your free trial, and I hope to see you on the website.